UGU audio, OBO, UGU audio. Baby girl got no ego. Everywhere, baby, we go. Everywhere, baby, we go. Just on the wall, baby, to know. That I won't let you go. And you won't let me go. Baby, don't let me go. You were part of my soul. And I won't let you go.
Loca, you know, a lot of girls, them loca. Baby, oh, you loca. You know, man, me big boca. Man, I be boca. And everybody does boca. Oh, my God, boca. I'm a like a loca. I'm a girl, you break down. I'm a let me lay down. And we come into my town. Everybody does the break down. I'm a girl, you break down. I'm a let me lay down. And we come into my town. Everybody does the break down.
I can see in your eyes. I can see in your eyes. You so real and I don't wanna lie. I know she can't bother. Can't you see my wahala?
Loca, you know a lot of girls them loca. Baby, oh, you loca. You know my name is Boca. Wanna be Boca. And everybody does Boca. Oh my God, Boca. I'm a like a Boca. I'm a girl, you break down. I'm a let me lay down. And we come into my town. Everybody does the break down. I'm a girl, you break down. I'm a let me lay down. And we come into my town. Everybody does the break down.
21 minutes past 8 on a Tuesday morning. My producer is giving me heat. Apparently, I'm playing. You see, they were complaining that I was playing too much Gaza. And now I play the dog. Apparently, I'm playing too much the dog also. I don't know what is the problem with you people.
Is what your producer is saying?
Yes.
Yeah, your producer must chill.
Say as a blifto.
Because I know you don't play a lot of Gaza. Ever. It's not true.
I don't really like Gaza's music.
Yeah, me too. I don't can't do it.
Yes, I don't even know what he's doing. I'm not retired.
Did you guys have the chance to have a chat yesterday?
No, not really. Like I just greeted and then I
okay.
had to bounce. Yeah.
It was nice to have Gaza here at our offices yesterday. Obviously,
You see, now somebody who missed yesterday's show is asking, hey, you guys had, you had Gaza in the studio?
no, we did not have Gaza in the studio. Gaza was here in the Trustco building for other business.
Yeah.
So-
Other business.
So it was good to at least just rub shoulders with him again.
Yes, anyway, ushering in, that was Mr. Tidi featuring Davido. It's not a new song, by the way. It's titled Poker. Welcome to the morning mix on Informanté Radio. Cuba is Maria, and Neville, as always, we're going to be keeping you company this morning.
Semihone, this beef of the dog, is it with who? Is it Young T or what?
I don't know. Dog is also beefing with a lot of people. Actually, a lot of people are beefing with Dog.
Yeah.
No, that's not exit.
No, it's not exit.
Daar was ook exit, yes. Daar was ook a exit beef. Daar was
Exit.
there was a Irivari beat. What was that other
Yeah,
guy?
man, not Irivari.
What's the other guy?
It's Young T.
Boy. Oh, what? There was some boy who was also
That he
beefing with
signed.
Dog
Yes, that
at
he
some point.
signed.
Yes.
What is the Yakama? Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy.
Is Young T not the guy that was accusing
Dog of
him
witchcraft.
of witchcraft and what? Toch, ne? Okay, for me, that's the beef I'm looking for.
Yeah. But I haven't seen or heard anything about.
Where is
that,
he
you know.
based?
Who? Young T.
Young T.
I think Young T moved to the north. I'm not sure where in the north, but he moved to Wambelet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Young T's not the one from the other country that made a song with the dog and Katiwa.
I know that's
Diamond.
Diamond Platinums.
Oh yes, that was also another beef.
Shines as a role model. Yeah.
Is there beef within the modeling photography industry? If you guys get pissed off, do you like hit each other with cameras and stuff and shoes?
I like, you stole my pose.
Yeah.
Firstly, I'm not a model. Let's just get that out of the way.
Why didn't you go into modeling though? You are kind of built like. for
No,
modeling?
it's never been my desire.
You always preferred being behind the camera, not in front. Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
So yeah, no, but otherwise, no, I don't think we're beefy. I mean,
Like your picture is. Woo! Maria took a terrible picture.
yeah, I'm sure
How
there's
could
those
she?
behind
How
the
could?
scenes, but-
How could that magazine flight that picture of Maria?
Yeah.
Don't you guys have beef?
But
like
you
that?
must ask.
No,
if
that's
there's-
not
if
beef,
there's
that's
beef
just-
in the media.
That's haterism.
Oh,
The media has beef. Yeah, there we have our beef.
When you've been sipping on that haterade for too long.
DJs in your history, has there been beef?
Yeah, we used to.
Nee?
You know. They
Hy speel flop goede.
They
Do
speel
you like
net.
comedians?
Like they used to say.
Good question.
They used to say as jy dit klink asof jy skorrel goed was. You know how just deur mekaar when you that's what it sounds like when you are mixing two songs. You can't hear which side you're going, and then it's just then the next song starts. So yeah, but that was back in the day. I haven't also been, indulging in a long time. Since I stopped playing, actually, I haven't really been following what's happening in the industry.
I think it was last year when Namibia had to qualify for the African Nations Cup, and we had this this open day where we had this big screen at Karatura at the UN Plaza. So there were like 3-4 DJs playing, and I was like, why do we need 3-4 DJs?
That's
Because these
normal.
guys are all playing house music.
They're all playing the same music.
They're
yes.
playing the same music. Well, why
when
do
they
you?
don't have variety, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Not even the same genre. They're playing the same songs. Like
Yeah,
this
it's
guy
the same songs.
Plays this song. It just plays them in a different order. Next one comes, plays the same songs. Maybe give or take 5 or 6 songs in a different order. But yeah, that's
And then somebody told me, no, Neville, you have it wrong. There are personalities attached to these DJs. Cubase has his crowd. Doesn't matter if it's the same stuff he plays. Then Shines comes, he has his crowd. So if people see these different names, they attach being DJ to a certain personality. So everyone brings his own
crowd.
crowd to an event.
But you can't perform for a selected crowd. I think if you're a DJ. it's
No, true.
But also okay now. So
Yeah, but-
when you
But some guys did specialize. I don't know if that is the right word.
In my time,
Like for instance, like in my time there were like people who were only playing hip hop. Like
Hip-hop,
they made it a point. Like I'm a hip hop DJ. I play hip hop.
Quite
I'll
dope.
play some old school R&B.
yeah.
There were guys who were only playing like things like dancehall. Like if he gets on for the next hour, he's gonna be giving you some of the best dancehall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So julle met julle se amapiano ne.
So kom ek
Julle moet ver gaan speel.
Moet speel,
Stel
ja.
nie
Kom ek
belang.
vra. So you're having a comedy show. You outsold your bra Laz. Is there beef?
No, never between
Beef
the two
jelly.
of us.
Beef Deluxe like
Okay, let's just
stop
put
stealing my
Let's
jokes.
put it on the record.
Uh,
Who sells more comedy shows?
between the two of us. I don't know.
Prat,
I don't know.
prat.
I'm actually surprised you're not throwing Laz under the bus. You have like you're very fond of throwing him under the bus.
I like to throw him under the bus when it comes to fish rod.
Who sells out?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
If
Let the public decide. No. You see, the thing is, Maria, you know what? Asking me a question like that touched to the core of something that is irrelevant to me and Laz, especially when it comes to our friendship and our brotherhood that we have.
Like who sells more?
Yeah, we don't want to discuss stuff like
yeah,
that.
but you just know.
But you know most.
Yeah, but
Look, Messi and Suarez is brass, but they know who's scoring more goals.
hello.
We know we need each
Okay,
other,
Laz-
but we know who's scoring
Laz
more.
sells more.
Kyk,
Ja.
man.
Carlos, aangaan met die show.
Alright, yeah,
Maria, jy like stories begin jy. Gaan.
let's get to the issue. Whenever we start talking about Neville, he wants to move on with the show.
Yeah, we need to move on. New cases to discuss.
Yes, speaking.
Prohibitions and stuff.
Speaking of new cases, yesterday we were also consumed with the president's address. I didn't listen to any other communications with regard to COVID-19. Did we report any new cases in the afternoon yesterday?
I'm not aware of us reporting new cases in the afternoon. Just the 8 that
The
were
8 in the morning,
in
yeah.
the morning.
Yeah.
7 from Wildfish Bay, 1 from
Savakabmund.
Savak, yeah, all
Yeah.
from Erongo region, yeah. But I don't, Shines, was there anything in the afternoon? I didn't edit anything in the afternoon.
Yeah, I also don't think so. So we are our case load is now at 63, right? 62 or 63?
63.
63. Yes, from 57.
I made a decision last night. I'm not going to Swakop for the rest of the year. It's klar.
During
There was
lockdown,
nothing
you were
going
like,
anywhere.
I can't wait to just go to the coast. And now you're telling us you're not going to Swakop for the
So where are
rest
you going to
of
go
the
to South Africa where they just recorded over 100K cases?
year. Let me tell you, Neville,
Maria.
by the way, you will not be allowed to go to Swakop in any case. So you're kind of stating the obvious. So guys, let's just quickly unpack the president's
Yeah.
address from yesterday. Next week, Monday, the 29th, if I'm not mistaken, the country migrates from stage 3 to stage 4, with the exception of
The Erongo
region. They migrated last night. They migrated from stage 1 lockdown into stage 3. So I don't know whether there's a congratulations in order.
Congratulations to who? To the Rogo region
To the Erongo
or
region.
to Ahaba?
Yes. Yes, and that's gonna hold for the next 14 days. One incubation period, and then they are probably also going to migrate to stage 4. Now, stage 4, of course, comes with a lot more relaxations when it comes to the regulations that we have sort of come to live with, or had to learn to live with. Some things are going to stay, some things are going to go. Like, for instance, public gatherings, more
250.
relaxed. 250 is the new maximum.
Wow.
250 is quite a number.
Yeah,
It's quite a number.
I almost dived into Dr. Shangula's answer about the funeral. But in any case,
Wacht net 'n bietjie. Mentioning Dr. Shangula, I just want to tell the two of you, I was waiting to bring this under your attention, the two of you. With that Dr. Shangula's address yesterday, he referred to Keisepmund. And he said Keisepmund a few times. Keisepmund.
Are you guys related?
maybe he listens to the show and he's listening to you. Case.
Like the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Cuba is quite interesting. I think
But it is interesting times. There are sort of mixed reactions because, with the surge in cases in the Erongo region, I think everybody was sort of expecting maybe for us to regress, maybe back to stage 2,
It's a-
possibly back to stage 1.
we were all speculating the whole morning yesterday.
Or hold maybe on stage 3 a bit longer. I don't think a lot of us saw this one coming. That oh no,
I thought
it's
ons gaan
weird.
vorentoe.
It's weird in hindsight, right? 2 cases, we lock everything down, right? 50 plus cases, we open things up.
It's like, yeah,
So-
let's go.
It's I get it. Everybody's tired, and then, like I said, I think they initially, like I've been saying, it was to buy time to find a vaccine. And I said this, I think last week. I said leaders are slowly realizing that no vaccine is coming, and this could be a 2, 3, 4, 5 years thing. And it's nobody is going to regress at this point in terms of lockdown. I mean, if there's a second wave, a clear second wave, as some countries do, then yes, they go back into hiding, for lack of a better word, and then it's again back to, well, there's no such thing as normal life anymore, but
This is the new normal,
yes, as normal, as close to normal as we're used to, obviously with strict measures. So I had to really think that we're going to really go into that
Yeah.
The economy, unfortunately, we
Yeah.
Oh, no, our small economy barely survived the first lockdown.
Yeah. So there's been in the president's speech, there's a huge emphasis, and I think this was just a key message yesterday on like civic duty now.
Mm.
There's a civic duty on every single
Yeah.
person to take necessary measures to ensure not just their safety, but the safety of the family and the safety of the next person. And that's a great emphasis. I mean, even in
Yeah.
saying that, we don't really want to fine you. We don't want to come there and find that you're not wearing a mask and fine you. We want you to know that.
The fine is not punishment. It's
not
supposed to be a
punishment.
deterrent.
Yes, it's a deterrent.
Yeah.
That means we want you to wear your mask.
Yeah.
We want you to social distance. We want you to follow the rules. They are there in place for a reason.
Yeah.
So we hopefully I mean, it's difficult because as Namibians, we don't really know how to take a finger without grabbing the hand. But I am hoping that we are realizing that we do need to start protecting ourselves individually and as a collective,
Yes.
really take that responsibility very seriously.
That is the conversation that I think as a country we need to sit down and talk seriously about personal responsibility.
Yes.
Each and every one of us.
Yeah.
I don't know. When there was literally no coronavirus in our society, when we were all sure it was one or two cases who had come from abroad, they'd been in
They'd
quarantine.
isolated in
The Romanian couple.
Yes, we were all so vigilant.
But now
Now we need that vigor. We need that vigilance now because now we know the virus is
here.
here in the area, and
Yeah.
so
It's here.
yeah, the likelihood of you contracting it now it has more than doubled from what it was, which kind of begs the question though: did we enforce our lockdown perhaps a bit too early?
No, I think
No.
Should we have waited for
No.
I do think the government took the correct measures, because if the government did not do that, there would have been another backlash again.
no,
No,
Damn
but
if you do, damn if you don't.
Backlash aside, we didn't have any capacity. At
Yeah,
that
yeah,
point.
yeah.
We
Yeah, of
needed
course.
we needed to build capacity. That means quarantine facilities. That means the lab to do the testing here, because at that point, everything had to be sent to South Africa.
Yeah.
So we needed to build capacity. And that means shutting down the country,
Yeah.
building the capacity.
No, shutting down the borders. I mean, like the total lockdown that we went under initially.
Yeah, the first
Yes,
stage.
that's what I'm
Yes.
talking about. I'm saying when we went into that initial lockdown, the national lockdown, I think it was actually more on Commerce and Erongo. There wasn't the borders were closed, but I mean the national.
Yeah, Commerce and Narongo were the ones who were
Were-
really under lockdown.
Under lockdown, exactly. But I'm saying that was necessitated by capacity building. You can't kind of let things continue.
And build. But I mean, it's not impossible.
It is. It's not impossible, but you have to kind of put your best foot forward. Even if you look at something like an alcohol ban, right? Right now, people will say, why an alcohol ban? Why was that necessary? Well, it was because
It helped alleviate the pressure.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pressure on our health system.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
our health system.
So that
Also on your pockets, guys. Okay, although you ended up buying
Yeah.
alcohol
I
for
don't
more
thi- I think
expensive.
I think they were less worried about your pockets and more about just the health system and alleviating that burden. So I know there's a lot of criticism for our leaders right now.
No. It's not a criticism.
No,
don't
not
get, don't,
you.
yeah,
not
yeah.
you. I'm just
Yeah.
what I was saying is
I
a
was-
general.
I was just
There's a
saying.
lot of there's a lot of criticism right now for our leaders. I'm not talking about just general. But I happen to believe that they have been making the right moves. Look, they could always do better because, like you say, mass testing, you have to scale up on that. We do need more like quarantine facilities, especially in the Orongo region, specifically Walfish Bay, perhaps to Swakopmund,
Yeah.
but Walfish Bay right now
Yeah.
has no proper quarantine facilities, isolation centers. So of course, there's always more. You can always pinpoint to things that you can do better and do more of. But all in all, like as a general, as for me, generally speaking, I think we have been on the money. And whatever else anybody says, the fact that we still are on 0 deaths, I'm not saying, of course, it's going to happen. Unfortunately, it is the reality of this virus and this pandemic. But at least for now, I mean, 3 months in, and to be the only SADC country with 0 deaths
0 deaths, yeah.
is is quite impressive. I think.
No, like we have managed the virus pretty well.
Yeah.
That much is glaringly obvious. Our leadership did well, but I'm just thinking, especially with the and especially with the point where we find ourselves now. It's sort of like we're seeing the inevitable rise in the curve. The infection rates, of course, is going up, and we don't know how high it's going to rise and how far it's going to spread. That's why I was thinking, that's, was the premise basically for the question, that maybe, yes, precautions in the beginning, and then we wait and see if things really get out of hand, we go into lockdown. But then, like you said, damned if you do, damned if you don't. There was no really right or wrong decision to be taken at the time.
And it's interesting, we were talking about this yesterday, how because it's such a new pandemic, it's so funny how different countries are responding to it differently.
Yes.
And some are getting results, some are not.
Yeah.
We know like some Scandinavian countries, the likes of, I know Finland, I know Sweden as well, there might be more. For example, they're not in lockdown. They don't really have, it's not compulsory to wear masks in public and so forth.
But their numbers are surging at the moment.
No, but they're still relatively low in comparison to countries that have, I would say, strict controls.
Yeah.
So it's almost perplexing because we're actually seeing that this pandemic has a different effect on
different socio-economic
Yes.
regions. Yeah.
what Namibia is doing might not work for the next country, and vice versa. It's you kind of have to look at this blueprint and figure it out as you go and hope for the best. Like, I don't know if South Africa is doing well. I mean, with 100,000 cases, which is, I think, they're recording 2/3 of all infections in Africa are from that one point at the bottom
That
of
is
the...
crazy.
It's mind-boggling.
And almost half of that number is just from Cape Town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deaths are...
So it's the coastal
Almost
towns that are
2,000.
problems for
It's
us.
the coastal towns.
yeah. Deaths are almost 2,000
Yeah.
right now
In
In
South
Cape Town.
Africa.
in South Africa. Yeah.
Yeah, I
very
think
good.
we were discussing this yesterday in Cubase when we looked at a country like Botswana, who has a smaller population than Namibia.
Well, actually, more or less the same.
More or less, but
we haven't
if
done census in a long time.
if you make a comparison with, say, a country like Botswana, who has tested well over 40,000 people in their country now, compared to the average of 7,000 people that that we have tested,
Yeah.
and the question begs is like, what's
It begs the
Botswana
question.
been doing that we haven't been doing? It just seems like they have been way proactive in terms of their response as to how they've handled the
Look,
situation.
our testing is targeted.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're only doing targeted testing. I don't think we have rolled out mass testing anywhere.
We have
Where?
in the other coast.
When?
Started last week. People are queuing up.
Is it?
Yeah, people are queuing up in front of halls to get tested.
Okay, then that's good.
Yeah.
Because obviously you are able to cast a bigger blanket and you are
Yeah.
able to see, really gauge what is happening in the community.
But now again, it takes me. I'm trying to tell you how countries are just unique in that sense. You look at the testing capacity of the USA; is the highest in the world, right? But look at their numbers. Look at their death toll. So again, I will say, good and well. Of course, we should be testing more people. Of course, we should scale that up. But in the absence of necessary measures, even that's just, it's not going to help us.
Yeah.
It's not going to help us to test people but not have isolation centers for if they test positive. Although you need to go and isolate. They
yes,
need
I
to go
understand,
isolate
yes.
back. So again, and then I actually have a friend in Botswana right now, and we talk quite a bit. And yes, I feel like Botswana, I think as an outsider looking in, say, oh yeah, Botswana is doing well. But my friend in Botswana thinks Namibia is doing well.
Yeah.
Hey.
So it's funny how
The grass is greener.
the grass is greener at this point.
Yeah.
They say, but we've tested more, but we've actually have issues here. He pointed some of them, and I'm not going to really go into them. But we've recorded one death, but you guys are doing well.
Yeah.
You
And that's not the way that we see it.
Yes, and that's not the way we see it. So it's always funny how you're looking at your neighbor. And I'm just putting this on record because I have seen a lot of Botswana comparisons. So yes, for me, Botswana is doing well. But
Yeah.
people in Botswana seem to think Namibia is doing well, and other countries could, it's just
Yeah.
funny how you have a different perspective.
Perception, yes.
A perception. So. At this point, really, I just feel like let's just wish for the best because I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yes. But look, for me, the most worrying thing with, the way forward, in stage 4 now, we have become so, we've just become nonchalant. Look, there are 4 people in this room right now. None of us are really wearing a mask.
Yeah, we aren't. We have them in our
For
pockets,
instance.
though.
We used to sanitize religiously. You guys remember Neville walking in here not wanting to touch anything.
I sanitize every morning before I come into the studio.
Yeah.
Well, good, Maria.
I sanitize 4 out of 5 mornings.
I sanitize when I get here to the office.
Yeah, no, the security won't let you in. I sanitize well. But that's what I'm saying. Like precautions like that, everybody has sort of become a bit relaxed.
No,
Yeah.
not a bit.
A lot.
A lot.
Okay, so and that is what
Yo-
we really need to step up now because
Yeah.
like the president said yesterday, right? We have to get used with the virus in our society. Just don't let it in your house. Protect yourself. Don't let it in your house by wearing your masks, by socially distancing, by constantly washing or sanitizing your hands. These are the things that we spoke about at the very beginning.
True.
They still apply.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like even in the beginning, I remember like before I enter my house, I don't let my kids touch me.
Yes.
I go to the sink, wash my hands, I sanitize them, and then I change clothes because I know it can stay on your clothes as well.
Yeah.
Now it's like, mommy,
It's like, yeah, come help me get the things out of the car.
No, but you are right. We are so negligent in
Yes.
that sense, and so negligent, and maybe that's why there's key messages of like civic responsibility.
Yes.
Let's hope.
That is going to be the most important thing going forward.
Yeah.
Neville?
I remember my wife used to, like a month ago, up until a month ago, when groceries would come into the house, she would fill that washing basin with every type of detergent and just wash off everything.
Yep.
And now, with the last couple of groceries that we've done, we basically just stick things into the cupboard.
Yeah.
But I think yesterday's
In the
and
beginning, I sanitize. Alles wordt
alles wordt gesanitiseerd. Guys, I tell you, we will have the CEO of the Namibia Tourism Board,
Yes.
Abudi Tigon Ngaupe. We're going to have him in the studio on Thursday, where he will be sharing with us as to what measures or steps will be taken in opening up tourism in Namibia again. Now, me sitting here, guys, me advocating for borders to remain closed for the foreseeable future. And I think what the president said yesterday is that I think in September,
Stage 5.
stage 5, we gradually going to be opening up the
Ports of entry.
the ports of entry, and tourists will be allowed.
They are allowing. I think they already say 3.
They will be allowed. I don't know what the measures.
No.
No,
From
for number.
they have a targeted
3,000, right?
revival 300,000. No.
No, 3,000.
300,000 are the people who are employed. But anyway, the
Okay.
numbers. Yeah.
Okay.
And from the 15th of July,
Yes.
they have this targeted program where they're going to let a few select
Tourists come
come in.
under consideration.
And how are they going to do this? Are there specific countries that we're
There's-
going to be targeting?
I think the
Loaded-
number is 3,000.
yeah.
Is it 300 or 3,000?
No, I think
I
it's probably 3,000.
I can't
I
remember
think
the number
in terms
properly.
of the industry that we're talking
yeah.
about is about 300,000 people that are
Employed.
employed,
Yeah.
within the hospitality
Yes.
or tourism industry.
Yeah.
But guys, this is just my humble opinion. And yes, I have a lot of empathy for people in tourism out there who serve the hospitality industry. But I personally think it's way premature to opening up our borders to anybody out there at this moment in time. That's just my position.
But like, look, Anders, if we're taking the stance that
This is our new normal.
this
Yeah.
this
I know.
there's corona in our society, yes, maar sure. Just take care of yourself,
Yeah.
so you don't get infected and you don't infect others.
And let us remember, we are allowing them in under strict control. For example,
Yeah.
they would have had to have been tested in their own country.
72 hours.
Yes, and then when they arrive, as well, go into mandatory
Mandatory
quarantine. So it's not a
But-
free for all. Come and they will also select. There will be a strict selection criteria.
They look at low risk areas.
Yes.
That's why I think the president said they will do it in collaboration with the private sector. I'm sure these guys have been in contact with some of their clients, international clients, even during the lockdown.
I'm very skeptical about it personally, because you know what, the hospitality industry, the tourism industry, these guys have lost billions of dollars over 2-3
I mean,
months.
I wouldn't go that far, but
And
Come on, billions.
no, the industry has lost collectively.
not
Yes.
billions though. It's only
It must be more than $1 billion.
no.
Okay, let's say $1 billion.
Okay. Okay. 900.
Wasn't this low season?
990. No, this is high season now. Winter months is the high season. If you talk about trophy hunting, accommodation, etc., this is the high season, and there's nothing at this moment in time. But again, I personally don't think, how transparent will this process be, and how selective will this process be, to say, you know what, this is the measures that we put in place, and we're going to be very, very strict as to how we will be executing these measures. I'm just saying again, for me,
I find this a very strange argument, especially when we're arguing like, let them just sell the ciders, or let them just, during the alcohol ban. You know, there were those, let them just sell that low percentage alcohol. So it is, we are understanding that we're saying it's our new reality. Why should one industry continue to suffer immensely to that, when you can capacitate it a little better?
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're doing now. They're trying to just capacitate.
Let's help you. Yes.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, let's see how it goes. I understand it's a high risk industry right now, because it does rely on people that
Coming from abroad.
yeah, because they've already said our local tourism industry cannot sustain our. We don't go to lodges. Let me just be clear. And so
Bamboo Beach.
Bumble Beach.
but we do need to start slowly just looking at industries and helping them out, because there are, again, it's an industry that also has a large number of people. It suffered a lot of retrenchments.
Of course.
So you need to, it's a give and take situation. But listen, before you go into anything, I wanted to correct myself, and then you talked about our Thursday guest. Makwa van Makwa just said that, and I just needed to correct it. He said, Maria, no, people went for mass testing in Walfish Bay. The people who went for mass testing in Walfish Bay were turned back. Only targeted person attended to. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out, because it's a correction to my statement. Thank you for that.
Okay.
I wasn't aware.
So we're still just doing targeted testing.
Yeah.
So only
So
if there's a suspicion that you have come into contact with the virus somehow, do you get tested,
Basically, or you have to give some history of if you
Yeah.
came into contact. Yeah.
or these essential services if you are constantly moving up and down.
Some Chris wat so ras.
Hey,
Okay.
Shine say op by Ras.
Say ras man. Kriebel op ras ander plek man.
It's been stressed the past
Guys,
2 days.
I'm just asking. Ek vra net. You know what? This tourism industry for the last 30 years have lived in the land of milk and honey when it comes to tourists coming to our country. And collectively as Namibians, I still feel, in terms of pricing, in terms of service providing, I've been marginalized as a Namibian for so many years. This is how I feel. Suddenly now, and we know about these places, okay? And I think Gondwana went to a certain extent to sort of ease that in
Jy laat
terms
mos
of...
vrykaartjies sak.
Moet jy dit- So you have to throw that in our face now, in me and Cubase's face.
I didn't get a card. Go declare your card at HR, please. Me, I didn't get anything.
Guys, There are certain lodges who charged you 5,000 Namibian dollars per night, per person. Finally now, and we've seen now, there are certain hunting farms that we know about where people go and hunt now, where you can go and hunt and have a bed and breakfast at $400 or $500 per evening, breakfast included, as a Namibian now. Finally, after 30 years. Okay. Now, for the first time, they have to eat the humble pie. Okay. I had to, even, the stuff that we talk about, even in our industry, I had to come from charging a certain fee for my events to charging what I used to charge 25 years ago for my events. Okay. I made the adjustment. Why is it that the tourism industry can't, for the foreseeable future, concentrate on a product and service that for once now they can provide to Namibians to make us become part? How many times do we go out of Namibia to go on holiday in South Africa, in Joburg? Because it's cheaper down there. It's just my question.
If you
I
can,
don't think it's a fair statement, just number.
That's how I feel.
look, if you can afford to charge me 400 or 500 bucks for the bed for the night, but then you're charging me 5,000 bucks,
Yeah.
that is a bit outrageous, no?
Fastanji.
Yeah.
Let-
But like when it comes to the hunting though, it's a whole other issue.
Can I?
Hunters, just quickly, hunters would come from Germany to Namibia, and this is on record. These guys would come for trophy hunting, to come and shoot a kudu at 70 to 80,000 Namibian dollars per kudu.
Yes.
Okay, and then they just take this, they take it to a taxidermist, and then they take this back to Europe.
Yes.
I can't afford to pay 70 to 80,000.
Then don't hunt.
Now, me as a business person, never. Why would I let
Can
you?
I get a word?
Why? Yes, you will now. Why? We silenced Maria.
Just make
Hold on, man.
make it affordable for us. as
Hold on, let me
Namibians
make my
also.
point.
That's
Never-
all I'm just saying.
Ek, by the A&R from the plazas. Why would I let you shoot my kudu for 10,000 when Maria wants to come shoot it for 80,000?
Weet, no fool J.
But apart from all of that, really, look, hunting, that's not actually the point, but I just wanted to say hunting is a certain class of, you understand? It's near a low level dungni. It's an elitist sport.
Trophy hunting, yes.
Yeah, trophy hunting is an it's in itself an expensive sport.
It's like Formula One.
It's like going to
Formula One.
It's like going to take golf classes and complaining that they're expensive. It's an elitist sport.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not the point I was trying to make. The reason I'm saying it's a bit unfair is, I think more than 10, 15 years now, with and maybe it's great that we're having the guest that we're having on Thursday.
Yeah.
There is local prices. All lodges have local prices, meaning what they're charging a tourist is not what they'll charge a Namibian. So if you come to a lodge and you're a Namibian citizen, you get lower rates, okay? For bed and, food is the same, but, for accommodation. This started with NWR, just by the way, when they tried to get Namibians to travel more within the country, because they actually found that a lot of Namibians don't travel within the country. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you're well traveled, travel is no cheap thing, okay? Even in Europe, I think people save, young people save so that they're able to travel, like during summer or school holidays, or see other countries, get on a train and whatever. It's the same here. You need to save to travel. The problem ultimately I find is it's not so much as prices. There are some places that obviously for me I exaggerated, but then again I'm not the target market. But I think what I have found is Namibians don't think our country is worth the travel. Generally the mindset is like, if you have, let's say, 10,000 to travel now, you rather go to Cape Town and spend more there than say, let me go to the south and let me see what they have on offer, or the east, or the west, or the north. You know,
Yeah,
it's
no, I
just
understand, yeah.
there seems to be an appeal like. It's almost like you have no bragging rights if you say ek was net in Namibia. I went to the south.
It's like, oh, you had all that money.
Yeah, you had all
couldn't
that
fly.
money
You
and
couldn't
you
even
couldn't-
go across the border.
It's a mindset.
Yes.
It's a mindset. But and now prices are really low. But again, still
And
it's
now.
not.
And
of-
now.
everybody's prices are low. Never-
And now, yes,
Yes,
exactly.
but that's what I'm saying. You can't make it a tourist. Everybody's bringing their prices down.
But that's exactly what I'm saying.
Except
Maria.
City of Windhoek, by the way.
That's
That would be great, by the way.
Yeah.
You could even go with the
The
rent.
City of
But-
Windhoek is
and
going in the
banks-
opposite direction.
No, I'm not disagreeing that the prices are low. But what I'm saying, it's still not even that. Even that is not even appealing to Namibians because it's our mindset on our tourism.
There you're right. There you're right, and there I agree with you. And that is why Namibians, I think we need to go back to basics. We need to appreciate our country.
But,
Dirk would tell me the size of what Brandberg is. Do you know where's the Brandberg? I've never been to the Brandberg.
Damaraland.
Damaraland. It's apparently one of the most beautiful sites.
I've never been there.
I've
beautiful
never
things.
been to
Actually,
Brandberg.
Damaraland is one of the most beautiful
Period.
sceneries in
Verstaan je?
Namibia. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. So, me and Mevrouw, okay, then we would go to Cape Town. Okay. How much is a ticket now? $5,000 per
But the
person.
return is about 6 now.
Ne? Ne?
With which airline?
Oh, how early?
Our own airline, Air Namibia Airline.
Is it
okay?
still open?
It's so we would fly to Cape Town
So for the
for a
12
weekend.
is like already 10.
So
11.
it's already 11, 12,000.
Yeah.
Me and Mevrouw.
That's just traveling.
It's just
Yes.
traveling. Okay. Now we get to Cape Town. We stay there for 2 nights. Say Friday, Saturday, and come back. Say the last flight on a Sunday evening. Spending money,
Sê wel 'n bietjie gaan shopping.
save a bikkie shopping. No, I hate that shopping nonsense.
Yeah, but you just must go to the waterfront.
Kuma, yeah, Kuma.
When jy wil teasers toe gaan.
Yeah, Mavericks. Kan daar nie dodge nie. But on average, you spend about 20K
Yeah.
in Cape Town. Money that could have been well spent here in Namibia.
Less.
Then again, now you go to a lodge, and you guys will see some of the comments here as we go through the comments. Now you will see per person sharing in Namibia on an average price, talking about a top-notch lodge, 10,000, 12,000
That's
per
not average
person.
price.
Okay,
That
let's say
is-
5. Okay, let's say 5. 5. It's in your own country.
Yes, and well, but that's even in other people's own countries. There are even in Italy, there are people that cannot access Italian hotels because they're just set up that way. I'm not making an excuse for it, but you need to understand that there is, for everything that's expensive, there's also something that can accommodate you. Obviously, if you're going to stay in a lodge that really is attracting tourists, their market is the tourists. Okay, they will put 10,000 per night. And it's crazy. I would never pay 10,000 per night.
2 years ago, London, me, Mevrouw, and the kids, a 2-bedroom apartment in London, we paid $1,200 Namibian dollars per night for the whole place. We spent about $7,000 for accommodation for a week in London. How cheap is that?
The reason I know that it's just a lack of access to information. I actually have a friend that is a consultant.
Yeah.
She's a travel consultant here in Namibia. And she does it for leisure. She goes and she
Ne?
also tries this. And she says it's so funny that there's so much that's affordable out there. There is really so much. But it seems like just Namibians just don't have that information. And then obviously we don't use consultants.
Do you know what equaled this out? Airbnb. The fact that everybody put their places up and register their properties or
I think it's
Airbnb.
going to kill our market.
To
No,
charge
no,
the
true.
prices.
Yeah. So Airbnb now is so cheap out there. You can go to Swakopmund, you can go wherever, and you can get affordable rates for a nice place. Why do you need to go? And this is how people reason. Why do I need to go put myself up at Strand Hotel in Swakopmund?
Yeah, I know that the tourism industry itself is against that because of the market we have. It's
Ja, hulle wil net alleen eet. Is klaar.
But then they must make their prices to accommodate
That's
all of
it.
us if they want all of us to be staying there. I mean, I understand also, like Maria is saying, right? you don't walk into freaking Lamborghini telling them you only have the money for a Toyota.
Okay, well, look at Lamborghini.
Dan moet jy Toyota toe gaan as jy net Toyota kan bekostig. Verstaan? So there are certain things that are going to be out of your price range, and that's just the way
So
it
you're not the
is.
target market.
Yeah, so some lodges like Maria's Lodge is out of my price range. Some lodge. hey, Blaze
CJ nee. CJ word jy in die wind gesoek nie.
Ik word altijd in die wind gezocht. Unprovoked.
You see, you know why you guys have been talking for too long. I've been quiet, so I've had all of my time to think about this.
How to come back?
Yes. Low blow. I've got 2 for you, so you better stop laughing.
Desert Whispers, $15,260 per night per
Yeah,
person.
those prices do exist.
Johan van Wyk.
Yeah.
Korwantjie.
That is,
those
Jealousy ernstig nie.
it's like that's like the Bentley shop, my guy. Don't walk in there.
What are you doing there?
You
It's
can't-
a
you
Ferrari
just-
shop.
You can't afford the met
No,
on
Maria.
the door.
Kyk soos ons praat nou hierso van Damaraland. Damaraland, I mean it's picturesque.
Yes.
Die klippe, die wat. And I have to go and pay now $5,000 to $10,000 per person per night. Because you see, if you guys say it's not in my league, then where must I go and stay in
No,
Damaraland?
it's not even. Look, there's that desert whisper that everybody goes to. That nice logic, and I think it's like it looks like a contain. It's a beautiful thing.
Nee,
And then
waar
it's
soos
got
dit
a.
Damaraland?
It's somewhere south. I think I need to just get
In
it.
the desert.
It's somewhere in the desert.
Is in the
And
south.
Yeah, it should be
Oh,
in the
okay.
south. And everybody wants to go there. I think. Look, I stand correct. Like maybe 8,000 per person sharing, but you find people because it's also aesthetically pleasing and it is Instagram content. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But the point is, you find people that save. Like I say, I put $2,000 aside, and in the next 4 months, because in any case, I think it only takes so many bookings a month, so you can book 5 months ahead.
But also, how many people do you know who can afford to save $2,000 a month?
Well, look, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Tourism in itself is not a cheap thing.
Yes, of course.
Tourism itself.
Traveling is not cheap.
Traveling is not cheap.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. But I'm just saying, if you save, you can travel.
Yeah, no, true.
You can
Yes,
travel.
yes, of course.
But even if it's just, yeah,
You
no,
work with
$100
the,
won't.
work with the budget that you have. Like you were saying, there is something somewhere in
Yeah.
your price range
Yeah, work
around the
with
country,
consult.
which is just maybe not as beautiful as some of the others,
It's
but
not as aesthetically pleasing. Or
Yes.
it's not Instagram content.
but you
have
can
a
work
nice-
with.
you
Hoor
can have a-
hoor vir Tossa. Bly by die huis, verf die huis en vervang die ou teels.
Make your house picturesque.
And put it on Instagram.
Tourism,
Hoor vir
although.
Simon Amushira. Ai, Maria is not cheap. Titse.
What did I say? I said I will never stay in a $10,000. Please, what are you talking about? I'm unfortunate. Ek is ook arm. I'm broke. I'm poor.
Hoor kom maar. Kyk die gesig. Kyk.
I am not entertaining lies on this show, please. Not today. Philemon, now
Ai Maria.
I actually haven't even read one comment so far
Lees
today.
comments asseblief. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Philemon, Tate Neville, no need to sleep in the lodge when traveling in Namibia. Just take your bakkie and your tent and camp.
Yes.
Boere goed
yes.
het hy man. Dis boere wat
No, you see, it's make the wrong messaging. Yeah, camp.
Ex-
My camp, but
Ek sal
also
nie
buying
kamp nie.
camping equipment is ook duur.
Hallo,
Yeah.
thank you.
My Jobrani die caravan, kan ons sê die caravan.
I know. I think he
Does he rent it out?
he had it and he became bored of it. He sold it.
Just say he needed some money.
So, yeah.
Korwat.
Fish roll het mos uitgaan.
Hey,
bro.
gaan jy man.
Vistorin Amadilla, I think it was necessary for government to hold our hand by putting measures and guidelines when Corona was new to the nation to avoid more panic. By now, there is a better understanding of the virus, information awareness, regardless the number of cases. So we have to stand together by facing our situation with measures in place. All right, we can't be or afford to be on a lockdown forever unless if you are prepared to see people dying like flies from hunger.
Yep. Yeah, if Corona doesn't kill you, hunger
No,
will.
we've made peace with watching people die like flies from corona. Anything else is unacceptable. Neville Besson, Namibians just need to learn to do research. You search for what you can afford. Yeah, I remember that's how we used to roll back in the day, man. So you are angry because you can't afford the Lamborghini. How up, man? Tourists search for what they can afford also.
Devil is like, I just want to shoot a kudu.
Yeah. Toch, die kudus
Let's
hier.
really shoot.
Gaan nie daar op sy plaas toe. Het hy nie kudus op sy plaas nie. Dan gaan skiet jy nog mis.
Dan gaan skiet dit nog mis. In fact, we're going on a hunting trip this coming.
Yeah,
Sine,
Avondre is
luxury.
saying the Desert Whisper is a 5-star.
Yes.
Johan
yes.
van Wyk. Gaan man.
Gents, visit cheap accommodation at www.timoslodge.com.ma.
Man, advertises.
Hey, well, you gotta get your hustle in one way or the other, my guy. I can't knock your hustle. Owen Simvula, this per night per person sharing is the reason why the rest of us won't be spending our hard-earned cash in our own lodges. Right, the majority of establishments in South Africa and many other countries prefer to charge per room and
Yeah.
breakfast.
Per room.
Problem is, you say per room, then you bring you, your wife, and your
Gotcha.
3
Yeah,
children.
I was like,
Mattress.
each one has to pay. But we're using the same room now. No, you have to pay separately.
A braaf van my who will remain nameless now.
That's net, that's clowns.
Nee, is nie Lazarus nie. Ja.
Is that Lazarus or Amos?
Nee, is nie Amos nie.
Okay.
So I was in this one room and he was in another room, and late nightly he brought somebody into that room. So the security saw him bringing this
Person.
late night visitor.
What do you guys call them? Hochas.
Yeah, Hochas.
Neville calls him Khochas. Khochas was like 1997. It was a
Mavutu.
word. Yeah, Mavutus.
So the security saw that he brought this Mavutu inside his room like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So 6 o'clock in the morning he took the Mavutu back. So the security locked it
He
in.
locked it in.
So he took it to the management. This one. There was someone in the room. So they charged the guy double the price. So no, Maracas alien. No, you had somebody in your room. So we are charging you for double room. That's not right.
Those
It was a,
Why
it
does-
was a
why does
visitor.
it feel like this is a Neville story?
Hey, Khanji.
yeah, that full sword, eh?
It's just-
Khan J. Maria.
But those things used to happen, especially where is the place? Benny's Park in the north.
Hey, they plek was wild.
Those parties, and they are vigilant. Those guys, security is like they're not even looking at you guys. They just do it. That guy, a whole yell, top. In the morning, you are there at breakfast. You're just saying, no, sir. Who and who must also come out? What? You're like, go on. How do I tell my bosses they have to pay for an extra person? They only booked for me.
Hey, Fosia Alana Greenwood Nava says, hierdie boegter mense, are you getting personal with me here? Leave me alone. Okay? She says, one should plan for traveling, not decide to skip paying your debts and go on holiday.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I think it's a general statement, but it's really good
No,
advice.
no, it's true.
Yeah.
It's very, very true.
Save.
Take care of the things that you need to take care of first.
Yeah.
Herta Pontu. Also, with traveling locally, the lodges are so far, so meaning you need to also hire a bakkie just to get to the lodge. Then you must still pay 5K per person per night, meaning for me and my husband it's 10K. Then we need almost 4K for the bakkie. We need 2K for activities.
I thank you.
It's just too much.
Yeah, but you don't have to stay in a 5K hotel.
5-star hotel.
No, 5K
Oh.
per person sharing.
Yeah.
That is actually creme de la creme in terms of local accommodation. Because most of them, I would say on average, I know Neville pegged it much higher, but on average, actually, I would think 1,800 on average per person sharing.
But it's weird.
Nah.
Like for instance, right? That argument of the lodges are far.
Yeah.
But then you tell a person, ma, Gaan Crossbarman toe. Crossbarman is dan hier naby. It's like, nee, Crossbarman is just there. I want to
Ek
go.
wil Damara.
Yeah, it feels like I'm just at home. But then that one is too far. This one is too close.
Make it a road trip. I think
What do you
that's the
want?
beauty with our country. That,
Yeah.
that lodges are far, but that you can make it an adventure to get there and see more on your way. I think it's why tourists come here. So it's funny that that's the one thing we're actually complaining about. That's actually our appeal, that there is a drive, a stretch to get to these lodges.
There are lodges as far as in the Zambezi region that I
Zambezi, by
understand
the way,
is some of the most
beautiful.
beautiful
Yes.
lodges in the Zambezi
And
region.
I think it is the most beautiful.
And this, just to add to the statement, is it? Maria, this moerfer. Fully rainy, man.
You will flee.
Nee, man,
Let
it's
me rather
fine.
fly to Cape
Let's
Town.
not talk about Namibia's tickets, please.
And
Ah.
white people enjoy, white people in general enjoy. Never weer ons het so 'n baie mooi naweek gehad. Ons het gery van hier af en we slept at Ochiwarongo, okay?
We drove through.
Toe slaap ons daar, volgende dag, dis is tot op Rondo. Wie toe kamp ons daar teen die rivier en sê, hey, Johan, hey, sack man, stel nie belang nie. So we need to learn to appreciate our country.
Makwa van Makwa is asking, is Brandberg the place where people are getting lost?
Yeah, black people.
So you see, it's just white people. Why don't white people also get lost at Brandberg?
Makwa. As that swart mense wat they get lost. Apparently this thing is apparently Brandberg has a radius of over 3 kilometers. That's baie wyd.
It's a massive berg, yeah.
It's a massive berg.
What are you doing walking there?
It's like, this is Africa, man. I'm African. I walk around this. Yeah.
Kyk, ek kan nie wag laat Digo hierso kom nie. We will attack. And you guys who are watching the show, Digo Ngaube, Abdi Digo, he will be in the studio on Thursday. And as I say, he's going to give us some ideas as to how we're going to open up the tourism economy of our country.
Raymond Neville Besson says, Neville, do you remember Danviljoen and Crossbarman was the bomb back in the days?
Shh.
Ek ken Danviljoen. Julle Windhoek boys. Crossbarman was ons plek.
Arabush.
Nee, daar is hy pas 'n plek. Barnabas Kambara, local tourism needs more promotion. Example, taking groups throughout the country on a subsidized amount.
I agree. And there's so many specials right now, quite affordable, I must say. Some have cut their prices by 60-70%.
Yeah.
But people don't seem to know about it. But again, you have to be interested.
Why did they cut their prices, Maria?
Because
The
the
same
tourists
reason
are
you
not
cut
here.
yours.
Why?
The same reason you cut yours.
The tourists are not here.
Everybody's cutting prices, except like our landlords.
There are specials running at Air Namibia, guys. Public service announcement, I guess. And also Shipwreck Lodge in the Skeleton Coast. Ridiculous rates.
Yes.
So I've heard, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw something
Yeah,
interesting.
there we are really not the target market.
Why are you targeting other people in my country? Why are you marginalizing me? Why I only see foreigners posting pictures from my country which I cannot post myself? Yeah. Richard Scholes, a big. That's a reply to you from Bernard Bongora. Now I say, because you are paying Han unnecessary rates just to get an award. Who's Han? Hospitality Association
the
of Namibia.
Hospitality Association of Namibia. They are the ones that are also against now this bed. What is it? The
Christina, let me see what
What is it
Christina's
that you
comment
said?
was.
what do you call it?
Airbnb.
Airbnb. sorry,
Airbnb.
there we go.
Christina Schulz. Okay, he saw. There are many young people coming to Namibia who are traveling very cheap in this country and not spending thousands for accommodation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Julle ook snacks. That was ook there. What
look,
are they called? Those like what is cool
backpackers.
running? Backpackers.
Those like the European youngsters
see?
love backpackers,
Look
guys.
at
Hey,
this one
laat
rolling
hulle
around.
gaan, man.
He doesn't want
Hey.
to say the backpacker,
Yeah.
but youths in Europe,
Yes.
even when they're traveling, you do train and backpacking.
Even when they travel here, like
No, that's what I'm saying, because it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's how they start traveling at 17, 18.
man, now check here. These are the people who can afford to stay in a hotel, right?
But
Yeah.
they're staying in a
They're staying in
backpack.
the backpacker.
My
Me
day-
who can't even afford the backpacker is like, nee, die goedkoop nons. Ek wil
Zoek
niet
dat
dan.
skeleton
Yeah,
shipwreck.
I want to go stay in the shipwreck. Why can't I also stay in the shipwreck?
No, Johan van Wyk. En Johan van Wyk says this very good, you know. Neville weet self, 'n colored vrou vat jy nie uit haar comfort huis en laat slaap haar in 'n slaapsak nie. Now, mevrou, she doesn't want to camp. I've been trying to get mevrou to let's start something new. Let's do some camping. Asseblief. Ek wil nie gaan kamp. But I know if it's something that I initiate, it's something that we
Can
will
you
start
even
doing.
put up a camp?
And this-
a tent.
Okay, this backpacker thing you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it in Namibia. Julle kan ver gaan speel.
You wouldn't even do it anywhere else. What are you
No, I
pretending?
think I'll probably do it.
You are lying. Chilly.
Come on,
Hi,
never.
Maria, hope, man.
Can you imagine Neville and Mevrouw in the backpackers with a bunch of 18, 19, 20-year-old Europeans?
Drunk
Yeah.
and high.
Kom maar hierdie single beds, bunker beds. Ek wil nie iemand anders.
Ja.
I can't listen to anybody snoring,
But not all the rooms are
poop
like that.
en goede. So have you been in a backpacker's life?
I used to backpack.
Nee?
When I was young, when I would do
How
Europe.
does that look like inside? What's
No, it
the scene
depends.
like?
There's also different rates. So you find like, because usually when you backpack, you do it in groups.
Okay.
So it's almost like a hostel setup if you're in a group. So you can
Yeah.
take, for example, a room with 2 bunk beds.
Okay, it's the four of us.
Let's say it's
Yeah.
the 4 of us and
Okay.
we're friends, we're young. We can take a room and like what you'll end up paying is like individually
Equivalent?
$60 per day, like Namibian dollars
Nee?
equivalent.
Yours cheap.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you'd get the room with 4 bunk beds. Let's say there's 4 of us. You decide one takes the top, those that take the bottom, and you get your key. So we can do the stuff there. And then you have self-catering kitchen. So if we don't
I
want
like.
if you don't want to every day buy, usually what they do when we were backpacking, we put money together because we didn't buy like groceries for the whole day. So we'd buy the ingredients that we needed and we'd cook together
Yeah.
in these facilities.
Breakfast,
Breakfast is usually on.
and then you buy wherever you are in which country we are.
Yeah.
You walk around the whole day.
So yeah, lunch we don't cook lunch because lunch we're out
You don't eat.
doing tourist stuff.
Yeah,
right.
you do tourist stuff.
But by dinner we go to a grocery store. We buy the ingredients that we need.
That's
And
it.
it's like let's say 4 of us, and we cook. And then it's nice because there's usually a bar and even a pool and whatever in these areas in these facilities.
Yes.
And then you have a bar like and you meet so many because. It's a backpack, so that's the other nice thing is you're meeting so many people from so many different countries because everybody's doing backpacking, and you have you drink your alcohol and chill and meet new people and exchange numbers and get to know people from other countries and that I
No.
know people that I
And,
still
and,
don't
they,
say.
and they normally prefer to be placed like close to the town area, so
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
even spend a lot on transport.
Yes.
Basically, you can
walk. You
you can
basically
walk
walk to your destination.
Nou as 'n man wil brand nou daar, waar brand jy?
No, you don't do it for that.
Ek vra net.
Why?
Hallo,
This
never.
is the thing that's holding you guys back.
Ek het net
You are
gevra.
going to travel to experience.
Let me ask you a question. When you were 19, did you care who else was in the room?
Oh,
Yes, no, I did. I did. I've always been very conservative. Cubase, ooh, you're so nasty. So jy het gebrand goede while
Oh,
Shines
how-
is there in the
how
room.
This
No,
conversation
I don't
go
do
left.
those things. No, I'm just. I asked the question.
Maria, and that is why I don't like these discussions.
I
want to talk about COVID-19.
instigator, and then he's the first one to hold his hands up.
And runs away.
Read your comments.
Ja. So ons kan gaan backpack daar by municipal bungalows in Swakopmund. Next time julle kus toe gaan sê vir mevrou ons gaan bly by die bungalows. we spend most of our time outdoors, so why pay an arm and a leg
Yeah.
for a luxury room?
This is one thing I've also learned, even when I'm traveling to Europe, is I don't, for me, I mean, I want a nice clean place, obviously, warm water, give me warm water, give me Wi-Fi and stuff like that. But I've really started seeing places where I put my head down as really a place to put my head down. You understand? Yes, so yeah, I want a comfortable mattress and clean sheets, but I spend so much time when I'm traveling outside my hotel room that I don't need it to be the fanciest, you know, and that's how you say
It has to be comfortable.
Yes,
Just
I would
doesn't have
rather
to be
spend
fancy. Yeah.
my money on activities
Yeah.
to really get the full tourist
Me
experience
too.
than on
Hey, hold up.
accommodation.
Yeah, the comments on this thing. Timon Kalongo, die Mavutus wil nie. En die backpackers slap nie.
Let's dump Jella.
But camping is fun. You remember we did it like not so long ago. Sort of
Loved it.
camp. Yes, that was nice. I mean,
You remember when we woke up that morning?
yeah,
Just
That-
the tranquility,
that tranquility
and the
and-
scenery.
yeah.
You hear a little cacao. Brrr, I'm
Yeah.
a cow. I'm a cow. There, from afar,
Yeah, and
I'm
the
a
birds and all those things. It's actually I wouldn't mind doing that, but I also know, knowing my kids would love it, but my wife.
cow. Ah, yeah.
I love camping.
Die vrouens is nie maklik nie.
Really, I love camping. I love camping.
I think Cubase, if we force them, just put them in that position,
No, no.
they
actually, no.
they will like it.
No. It's not a matter of just it. Some people like it, some people don't. So she can do it, and she'll complain the whole weekend, or
But she
she'll
must
complain
do
that
it
whole day.
first
Yes,
time.
she can do it, but I'm saying she'll never love it. It's not one of those things that, or if you try it, you will love it. It's not. It's not for everybody.
It's
Let's
like we
just
can
be
afford a
honest.
house. Why are we still in the bush?
And then
Hoe gaan ons
she's
nie net in
en elke keer as hy
Hy
toilet
gaan
papier
slaap
van
nie.
complain sê.
Yeah. Oh, gee. Die sand.
So tussen met
But
toilet.
I love that, especially daar in Roland met hy klomp diks and just walking
Yeah,
even barefoot.
barefoot.
Or
Yeah, I love the
it's
outdoors.
just a whole different
Camping is something that I would like during winter. I wouldn't want to camp in summertime.
No,
Ah,
that's the
because
only
bang-
time I'm really not a fan of.
Onyoka?
Yeah, no, yes.
Ah,
No,
Onyoka.
but these tents these days, my bro.
Ah, yeah.
Die Simon het gevaarlike tent.
Ek stel nie belang nie. Jy kan met Simon se tent so kom. I don't camp in summertime.
I
Die
don't
goed
also
kom
like
uit.
summer. It just has to be in between. You know, that spring, it's not too hot and
Yeah.
it's not too cold. Where I don't have to sleep with my socks and my big jersey
Yeah.
and. You know,
For us, camping was weddings, funerals, those things. You don't even have a choice. There's my identity in. So you learn how to put up a tent, and you learn to put up with whatever the weather is outside, and to just be careful because I mean, imagine setting up your tent and leaving it there the whole day, in the middle of nowhere, and coming back and having to be comfortable that there is no critters
Yeah.
in your tent.
Yeah, there's no critters in
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess
somebody reminded it that there are also luxury campsites. Yeah. The
Where?
little shower. There's a lot of them in Namibia. You get like nice. Okay, they are expensive. I mean, it's a luxury camping.
You're the one who keep on saying Namibians don't protest. We are too docile. I'm telling you, we will start protesting for better prices from our hospitality industry as Namibians.
You'll never get the kudu that you can afford.
listen, if that is what Namibia goes to protest about, me, I'm relinquishing my citizenship. I don't know who's gonna take me. Anyone who wants me can have me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we have other things to worry about.
Big fish to fry.
Yeah, not true, guys.
All right, luxury campsites are way better. Are my way better?
Nee?
Yeah. What are luxury campsites?
So it's like it's think about it in a lodge setting, but they do it like almost in a campsite. So for example, the shower would be outside your room, but it's got
Yeah.
obviously
I get
so
you.
to still give you the feel of camping, but it's luxury.
I was at this place called Windpomp 14. It's just, I lost the boere uit. Okay. I can see you guys with your cynical looks at me again.
Yeah, it had to
It
be.
belongs to a friend of mine, Bertha Struvi. It's on your way to Henties Bay. It's like 14, 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers outside of Swakop on your way to
It's
Henties.
like a lodge. Or
Yeah, it's like a lodge type of, but they have what you call luxury
camping.
camping. The toilet and the kitchen facilities are brick built. So you basically then just attach the tent aspect of your camping. It's basically attached to that. So you have a tent feeling,
Yes.
and then Mevrouw can have a cooking inside a,
When
brick
Mevrouw
wall.
soek jy feel.
Sy soek dit goed. I took her there just to go check it out, and she said, oh yeah, miskien.
Ek soek nog 'n matras. Who want a nice soft mattress. Read some of the comments. I think some people are frustrated that we're not.
Yeah, please
to-
read. For the next 5 minutes, we'll
Yeah,
be quiet.
just
You
like
read comments en dan gaan ons huis toe.
Yeah.
I was honestly about to say, let's go. guys.
Nee, lees die mense se comments.
Lupi, Dilimeke, was. Yeah, you see, the comments just keep jumping every time I want to read one. Avondre Karuhumba. Imagine making up a tent in a windy situation, and to prevent it from flying, you put huge stones in the corners. Yes. Yes, very much. Raymond Basson, why do the tourist companies not give more tours for school children in Namibia for affordable prices? Because
should.
some of our children will never be able to see a lion or elephants or any one of the big five in their natural
It's
habitats.
a great idea. They should.
Yes.
Pas ons kan dink. Ja. Go on.
Ek het amper Anna Basson genoem.
Ja.
Hi, Q-base your mond. Lupin Dilimeke, they are even calling it glamping.
Yeah, it's glamping.
Glamour camping.
Yeah.
Glamping.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's Instagram things, my guys.
Glamming
On
and
scanning.
camping. glamping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mail 4 campsite.
Uh-huh.
Is het diezelfde windpomp 4 or whatever?
14.
14. Neville, join the nature lover this Friday. Desert Whisper.
Waar is dit? Where is that? Wonder.
Hy is daar wat aesthetically pleasing us.
Who's paying?
Ja.
If you are paying, I'm also coming with. What?
Fozia.
Yeah, Fozia. Alana, Greenwood. Now I says Luderitz. You have too many names. No.
Gaan aan.
Lake Wanop has very nice luxury campsites.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gondwana has the nicest camping sites.
Yes, Gondwana
guess.
actually.
Gondwana, yeah.
Has a great range of campsites.
Read my comment up there for camping from Avondre. Okay, somebody's selling their business here. Natasha, is it Bielefeld? Right?
Bielefeld.
You know, I've actually been avoiding your comments the whole time because I'm not sure how to pronounce your surname.
Bielefeld.
Okay, Bielefeld. Ons is nou by mekaar. Neville J. moet net dik sokkies aantrek en 'n buff. Wat is 'n buff?
Ek weet nie.
Niks buite op bakkies se sightseeing nie. Jy sal vir jou opvries, oumat. Luxury camping is like eating bully beef in a porcelain bowl. Just eat it out of the can already. But they used to tell us if you eat that thing out of the can, you're gonna die. Ken je wat is bully beef?
Ek ken bully beef. Gisteraan bully beef geëet by deze. Hoor wat sê Felicity Contest. Luderitz.
Yes.
Q-base, boogters and camping ain't friends. So don't try it with madam.
Nee, ek ken. I know.
Really?
Paula is not into outdoory things.
Is it?
I don't know if it's just how it's all boogters. But actually, that whole clique of hers, none of them seem to be outdoory kind of people.
I love it.
Unless there's a swimming pool. I guess it's reminiscent
Maar
of the
daarom moet jy
ocean.
nat raak nie.
Moet die hare nie nat raak nie.
No, only.
What is it with women and their hair not getting wet? Please, Maria, can you just
I don't
explain
know.
that?
I really am not the person to comment.
So,
I'm not.
do you come out of-
Believe
But
it.
you okay with that?
Yeah,
hair
I
getting
said,
wet.
yeah, yeah.
do you come
Oh
out?
ja, nee, no verstaan ek.
Do you come out of the pool like a white person or a black person? Yeah. Kom ons gaan sien. Ons staan nou net met nonsense hier. What? Honestly, guys, somebody told me that, and I thought, I can, man, until I was at the swimming pool.
Toe kom jy so uit.
No, I was watching. I don't know how to swim. I was watching from the outside. Hey, Lani's go. Good one. Alright, let's get out, guys. Enjoy the Tuesday. That is the morning mix for this morning. We are back on air tomorrow morning. Don't forget, Derkas is going to be joining you 12 to 1 on the hour on Informanté Radio.
Toetoef.
Van de doef vandaag.